morning, Boots. You look mighty grumpy. Did you not sleep well? You can see that the low-lying tomatoes are not going to have a good time. Going away from my tomato, little missy. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. I am off today. I have to work this weekend, so that's the sad part. But I am out in the garden. It is sunny. It is beautiful. It is hot. It is humid, but it's beautiful out. The bugs are making noise. The birds are making noise. That brings me a lot of peace. And the garden is looking beautiful. However, I do have a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to show you that now. So I've got my tomato plants, and they were looking absolutely amazing. They were really tall. They were almost as tall as I am. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this is what I ended up with. So if you can see, the plants are just dying. It did start at the roots. I'll show you that over here. So it started like this. And now some of the plants look like this. And so we thought it was aphids. So I sprayed with a dish soap and water solution, but I never could really see. We tried, we looked really hard, but we weren't able to see any aphids. And I know they're super small. So we're hoping that what we sprayed is now going to kill them. I am going to spray again in hopes to save what I do have. Now I do have two separate sections of tomatoes. So even if these get wiped out, hopefully the section that is about probably 11 to 12 feet away won't be affected. You will see here, the underside is actually also turning brown. So like I said, we're going to spray this again. I haven't seen any worms. I haven't seen much of anything on it at all. Wait a minute. I see something now. And it's brown. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, there's a little something. Not sure what that was. Just one. But there's not a lot of anything to see for it to be taking over. So I'm hoping that we can salvage these. These are my larger tomatoes. These are my sandwich tomatoes. These are my everything tomatoes. Look here. Maybe is some aphids. Again, hopefully the solution that I used, like I said, is dish soap and water, will stop any issues. So I'll keep you updated on that and let you know how it worked. Now here it does show, it looks like it could be some worms going on. Oh, there it is. Pull that off. Dirty bugger. Give it to the chickens. They'll enjoy it. I'm going to further inspect. Yep, there's some droppings. So I'm probably going to come in here and cut some of these bottom leaves off. The tomatoes are growing really nice. They're huge. Got some really good sized tomatoes, so I hope we can save them. You see over there, those tomatoes there. And the chickens are getting them as well, so that's a problem. I'm gonna have to lock those babies up. Here are my onion heads. They'll hopefully get to the point where they're about ready to seed. They're huge. I didn't realize they would get so big. It's so pretty. I just haven't wanted to cut them down or pull them up. Seeds from them soon. This is the other most common issue that gardeners have, and my zucchini and squash are at their troublesome zone. So you see these eggs here. That's a pest that you don't want on there. If you have time, you can go in and these will scrape off. It may leave a little hole in the leaf, but you can take these off and put it in soapy water. Now this plant is no longer really any good, so I'm gonna pull it up. But I have been managing to get the not seeds, I call them seeds, the eggs, the bug seeds, I guess you could call them, but the eggs off of the remaining plants here. And I have been picking off squash bugs and some June beetles. So we will also spray these plants with that solution as well. But they're pretty big. I actually have a bucket of soapy water here that I've been just keeping here to put all the pests in. You see some there now. A few leaves that actually fell off, but I wanted to drown the eggs. So here's another leaf here. They have really gone to town laying their eggs in the last couple of days. See how it just scrapes off? Again, like I said, whoop, where'd my bucket go? I'll just put them in the bucket. Just roll it off. Sometimes, like I said, if you get really close, I don't know if you can tell because of the way the sun, see how it leaves those little holes where the actual eggs were? It's okay. The plant will survive that. It won't survive the eggs. I'm gonna take a few minutes and work on that now. So with this leaf, I just went ahead and I pulled the leaf off, and here's why. There are eggs on this side of the leaf, and then there are eggs everywhere on this leaf. We have eggs here, so you'll see the underside there, and eggs everywhere. So I just went ahead and pulled that leaf off. This is very time consuming. So if you have a smaller garden, it is easier to do than if you have a really large garden like this. So I'm just kind of spot checking it as much as I can, and again I'm going to spray it with the soap solution that has the dish soap in it, and hopefully that'll take care of it. If for some reason it doesn't take care of it, then once I've gotten quite a bit of zucchini and squash from these plants, so if it doesn't take care of it and the plants start dying off, I will pull them out, and then I will wait a period of time, probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then I will just replant, because those type seeds grow really, really quick, and it is just the end of June, so I still have time to grow some additional crops of it. But again, I have harvested a lot of squash and zucchini from these rows already. So just to show you the difference, these are my Black Beauty plants, and they are about just above knee height, probably about thigh high, I guess you could say. I have another set of zucchini over here that I'm gonna show you. They're spread out from this row and a little more protected, I think, from the pests, hopefully, because they haven't been as bad. And they are super huge. So I believe it is summer squash. I'm not sure. I've got to find my list because I lost my list of how I planted everything in the garden. So I'm gonna take a look for that. So these are gigantic, and they are really pretty. You can see they're a lot fuller. They grow differently. They grow more up than the others have. They've got a lot more leaves. They've got a lot bigger leaves on them. And these are massive. Now I do see some pests here. This is the outside of it. The leaves also feel different. They're a lot thicker than the other leaves. It's just a different feel. They're silkier. I'll give you an idea how big the leaves are. This is my hand. This is that leaf. So it's huge. And again, they're beautiful. There's a pesky little thing there. Okay. But they are also about waist high. I feel like they're about waist high, pretty much. But can you see the difference in the row and how beautiful they are? I've got to find the list. I misplaced my list of exactly what I planted where. And between the cats and the chickens, they like to pull up the tags. I don't know what their obsession is, but every time I put a tag down, they rub up against it, knock it over, pick it up with their teeth, play with it. It's kind of crazy. So this was the other one, the first one I showed you. See the difference in the size of the leaf and how this one has more, I guess, I don't know what to call that, but the leaf has more cut work in it, I guess you could say. The other one is just a broader leaf overall. See, there's so many like really small leaves. There's a few big leaves, but still they're just not as massively pretty as the other ones. And then the plants, if you look at the row, it's not quite as full and beautiful. It's nice, but not anywhere near as big as the others. Here are all the different pepper plants I have. I've got to get in here and do some weeding. That's what I'll be doing today. Got some giant ones over there, but they're really, really full. They've got tons of peppers on them, so really excited about that. Let's show you the other part of the garden. Ouch. It's a stake there. Here are the eggplant. They have tons of eggplant on them. Tons. Beautiful. These are the Millionaire eggplants. They're so cute. And lots more flowers that have just finished blooming. More that are actually blooming here. It's a really nice size plant in there. You see all the little eggplant in there. So we're gonna have lots of eggplant. Now I have two different types of eggplant here. There's the Millionaire, and then there's just the regular Black Beauty down that end. I don't think they've produced anything yet. Got some eggplant we need to pull. That's going to one of my customers. Yeah, and they even have a little bit of issues going on. So we'll pop those off. They're just starting to flower. Now this is a lighter purple flower. It's not as deep purple as the Millionaire. And again, this is the Black Beauty. And I think I'm going to just spray the whole garden with the solution. Just because. I mean, if they can use Dawn dish detergent on animals, I think it's probably safe. A few spots there. Again, on the outside, it seems the outside bush seems to be the worst. And here are the cucumbers. Oh, dragonflies going to town. They're getting a little unruly here. I'm gonna have to trim them back. Lots of pickling cucumbers. Let's see, some nice slicing cucumbers hiding in there. Got some gotta harvest. The bees at work. Where'd he go? There he is. green. It's in there somewhere. Here we have our beautiful, which will soon be purple string beans. I just love the color of these flowers, guys. I think they're so pretty. These are the rows for that. So I have purple, I have yellow. They're just a light purple flower. You see there? Those will be yellow, golden wax. Still pretty. And then these over here will be contender. Oh, there's some baby string beans growing there. Pretty. Here is the Clemson spineless okra. It has not gotten very big as far as a plant, but it is already growing okra that I need to harvest. Every one of them have it. And then we've talked before, I think, about how pretty the okra flower is. It's one of my most favorite flowers. It's so pretty. Now here is the arugula. We have some muskmelons here. So just planted a few of those, but lots and lots of flowers. Lots of beautiful flowers. Exciting. I've never grown muskmelon before. Some more tomatoes. These are the ones that are set way apart from the others. I do have to stake these because I haven't had a chance to like really stake these well yet. We actually have 2 melons. One here and one right there. And this is what I mean, where the animals stick it in the ground and they pull it up. So got some San Marzanos. Here are our chickens and the chicken track that we built. I'll show you that another time. But there are baby chickens that we bought. You saw before, so that's an update. They're getting close to time for, well, you know, that time. Baby bunny update. They're out the box. Their eyes are open. They're snuggled in the corner near the water. How's your babies? You're so soft. Alright, guys. What do? These are super fluffy. Ooh. You like that? This one is, there's 2 that are super sweet. This is one of them. The rest of them are skittish like their parents usually are. But this one is your sweetie. We'll probably keep this one. This one might have to be a pet. Heather, you likes it. You are a sweetheart. Hi, Mama. You had enough? All right. Hi, Mama. Hi, little one. Hi, little one. It is so humid out here that I have sweat rolling down my back, rolling down my stomach, and I feel like my hair is just like totally soaked. And I'm not even doing any work. I'm just walking around videoing this video. So I can, probably going to wait until it gets a little cooler to get to those weeds. I have a bunch of stuff that I can do on the inside. I've got pickles to take care of. I've got zucchini to take care of. So I've got a lot of stuff to keep me busy on the inside. Of course, I can always be making soap, but definitely think I'm gonna wait until this afternoon when it is a little bit cooler. My baby girl chickens are coming to visit me. They want to know what's going on. She's being nosy. She wants to know what's going on. So on my way in, I thought I'd stop by the herbs and show you what's going on with them because they're on the way into my house. So over here you have the bronze leaf fennel. It is going to seed. It is looking beautiful. There's beautiful flowers. Won't be long. This is what I use when I'm cooking. It smells like licorice. Tastes really good. Got a bunch of them that's self-seeded over there. Then we have my rosemary's doing really good. I'm excited. And then this is some sage. Now this is germander. This is germander. Don't use that for anything other than it attracts the bees. It has pretty flowers, but it's actually, from what I understand, toxic to use for anything, but it's a pretty plant. It comes back every year. There we have a one cordon, and I actually have another one at the other area of my herbs. Some more rosemary, kind of splendidly, but at least they came back. And then more sage. Have some grapevines that will be training up the arbor here. Pretty hydrangea. Here is some comfrey. Now I am actually going to harvest some of these leaves today and try to make a comfrey salve. I know they say a comfrey poultice works really well, but I want to try something that I want to try an actual salve. Kevin broke his sacrum when we were off at the Whitewater Center. He hit a rock at full force when they were going down the actual run, and he broke his sacrum. So he has been in a lot of pain, and so I thought I would make him a salve and see if that helps, because they say this is really good for broken bones. So I'm going to work on that today. I'm going to pull some of these leaves. I'm going to dry them in my dehydrator just to make it really quick, and then I'm going to soak it in some olive oil. And then after that, I will utilize some beeswax and some essential oils and go from there. And then my chives. So I have just let these kind of go because I want them to seed really well. So a lot of the flowers are dying back now, and I'm able to pull them out, harvest some of the seeds, and just let some of the seeds fall. And then I will start harvesting the actual green stalks because I don't feel like I need it to go to flower anymore. So I feel like there's been enough seeds that have grown and dropped to self-sow, and then the other seeds that I actually harvest, I will keep, and I will put them in another place. And then here, I just love this butterfly bush. It's so pretty. The bees like it. clean sinks when you have a house full of kids and no dishwasher. Just saying. So, I'm always cleaning the sink out to do anything. Steam the comfrey leaves really good. Just gonna place them on a towel and pat them dry a little. Pat them dry. And then next step, I'd say dehydrator, but I have to take stuff out of the dehydrator first before I can put these in. So I'll do that now. So I have some spaghetti squash sitting here. These are seeds from a store-bought spaghetti squash that we had. So I saved them. Okay, maybe I'll just take the top off. Here we have some oregano. It's super dry. So I'm going to take it off the stems and store it. And then we have some mint sticking to it. It smells so good. So we have a couple of trays of mint. And on the bottom here, that favorite herb of mine, the bronze fennel. It's super dry. Now I will discard the stems, but I won't break this up. I will literally just cut the pieces off the stems and get rid of the stems, but keep the fronds pretty whole. It's dry, but I don't want to cut it up yet. So I'm just going to use a ball jar. This is one that's been used. I'll have a used top, so I don't have to mess up a brand new top, and that's where I'm going to put that, just because these are pretty long pieces. So you can store this in a cool, dry place. I store it in the shelf on my pantry, and then I pull it out as I need it. And the leftover stems I will actually give to the chickens because herbs are really good for them and they're tasty. Just take it just like that, run my hands down it. Take those little pieces off. Alright, so here are the pickles that I did. I ended up getting 8 jars of those pickles from that one batch of pickles. So really excited. And again, they're super thin pickles because I like them to be thin sometimes, but I'm gonna also make some thicker cut ones as well. So here is my dried oregano, and a lot of times I'll put it in the coffee grinder to grind it up so it's more powder-like. But I also want more leafy oregano. You can break it up smaller just by crumbling it like this. And then as you need it, depending on how you want it, what texture you want, or how big you want the leaf, then you can chop it as you need it. So,
a little more cat food. It's all me at home.
okay. Let's see, it breaks up pretty easily. So sometimes you just want leaf size on whatever you're using to get a good amount, and then other times you may want smaller. So as you crumble it up between your fingers, this is how small it can get. Or then again, like I said, if you want to powder it, I have powdered it, and I keep that in a jar as well. I've got my oregano transferred to the jar now, and it's just a regular mason jar, like I said, and I'm using an old top that's been used before, and I'm going to write on the underside of it just because I typically know what it is, but if somebody else needs to do it, they can. I don't like writing on the top because I'm a little OCD, but I like everything to have like a clean look, so I'll write underneath here. I know, it's silly, but it makes me happy. I don't think they're right at the same time. Okay, this is kind of hard to do. Maybe that's why I don't like right on top, because I really don't like my handwriting. I really don't like my handwriting. That's probably why. Put the top on. It's being difficult. Doing things one-handed is not easy, guys. This top has an odd fit. And then I'll attempt to find somewhere in here to put it. I think I need to reorganize. But for now, there she goes. I still have to find a place for the pickles. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. When you grow your own foods, you become very addicted to preserving and utilizing dry goods and canned goods and frozen goods, and so you might become overrun with it. I know that I am addicted, and I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with that. But ways that you can utilize it are give it to friends when you get too many, or sell it. I do a good job of selling stuff and making some profit so that I can buy new canning jars and more supplies to can and preserve even more. But then I have enough for me. So it's all good. It really is. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.